Listen up for a new topic each morning in the AM Mayhem Morning Show.
Frisco, Frisco, Frisko, man. Frisco, Frisco, follow the snowman. Frisco, Frisco, Frisko, man. Frisco, Frisco, follow the snowman.
Frisco Ice Cream, the local leader in quality frozen snacks and a variety of local fruit flavor. Winner of the Best of SVG's People's Choice Awards for the best ice cream. Over 25 years of experience in keeping you satisfied. Not only in ice cream, but chalk ice, popsicles, ice cream cakes, servers, and much more. And remember,
Follow the snowman.
Okay, there goes it. It's with the compliments of Big Frisco Ice Cream this morning. What isn't making any sense? Why ain't making any sense?
You tell me, man. What ain't making any sense this morning?
Let me ask you a question. And I just asking is like it's
Ask
because,
me or ask the nation?
Then I'm asking you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why did you ask me? Ask the nation.
Because your cousin says so. I'm asking you. Can you be muzzled?
No.
No? I'm going to ask you, I want to ask you why you say so. That's an appropriate question to ask why you say so. Let me put it in the words. Your good old family, your family.
What did he say? What exactly did he say?
Let me put it here. Let me put it in the words of your family. I know what you say. Say you get a muzzle, wrong with that. I mean, don't feel shame if you get a muzzle. But that's happened to the best of us.
But why would I be muzzled?
Because you've sold out to state administration.
How?
This station, right?
How?
I don't know if you know what we are, but this station is about keeping people in check.
Correct.
And you can't keep people in check, Luke, if you're taking checks.
Well,
and you're cashing checks.
Well, the first thing I said is that
Pretty sorry it was.
I will instruct whatever money is due to go to a charity that has yet to be selected.
Here we go.
Yeah?
Look, muscle.
Yeah, but underneath that story.
And anybody else who wants to join me in that? Let we put a little fund together.
Opposition leader Dr. Rav Gonzalez on Monday reviewed the list of the statutory board appointments. His immediate reaction was an exclamation. Look at this. As in, look at this. Cooking with fruit, you know, that kind of
like a commissary type thing.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, look at this! You know, kind of. Look at this! Look at this!
Is that what the former leader has descended to? Is a commissary guy?
He was always that. Noting that it confirmed his warnings about the NDP being captured by urban and suburban elites. I guess he probably mean you. His first cousin. Your first cousin?
Apparently.
Well,
Is that Keith? I think that's to Keith Boy.
Okay, bad. His first cousin expressed significant concern. His first cousin, Gonzalez, expressed significant concern that his cousin was appointed to the board of the this is Keith. Okay, good.
Keith, right,
this is Keith.
Right. I told you you're not talking about me.
Yeah. Nobody said boy muscle.
Yeah. Keith also carries boy.
Luke, he noted. Luke was appointed as the chairman of the Center of Enterprise Development. Blah, 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 blah. Gonzalez characterized this as a consolation prize.
Wow.
And remarked that and remarked that Luke's mouth is now muzzled because he is part of the state administration.
You know what I think is revealing in all of this. If you listen to Comrade long enough in opposition, right? He basically is telling you his playbook. That's what he's doing. He's slowly revealing his playbook.
When you get a position, it's a muzzle.
Right? It's a muzzle, right? So Comrade, when he wanted to muzzle somebody, would
give them a position.
He's laying out his playbook for you. If you listen, he's basically giving you his play-by-play, how he stayed in power for 25 years. Right? He doesn't look at boards as being anything to develop the nation. They are simply a tool to keep him in power. And that's what he's telling you.
I want to test something.
He's not in any way, but before you get it, he's not in any way trying to be constructive.
But more controlling.
He's just indicating to the nation now. He's in a by the way type of approach, in a commercy type of delivery. He's telling you how he stayed in power for 25 years. A board is nothing more than a tool to suppress in his world, in his kind of Soviet type of control mechanisms world, right? Everything is just a tool for him to remain in power. And it's one of the reasons why the country didn't move forward, because he wasn't trying to harness any talents in the nation. It was all about controlling those talents so they didn't usurp him. He's telling you exactly how he sees boards, right? So he cannot construe that a board could be that someone would sit on a board for anything other than status or for money. That's the only that's how he perceives these boards to be, right? Anything beyond that, it's irrelevant. He doesn't want to move the country forward. He just wants to control, and by putting you on a board,
That's the hush mouth.
that's the hush mouth in his view.
He's saying now that this is why you're on the board.
So
Yeah, because if he was there, that's how he would do it. That's what he's telling you.
let me test something. See if you're muzzled.
Mhm.
Don't lie. It says we don't lie on this station.
Polygraph.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I want you to give me 3 criticisms of the NDP since they've been in power that you feel.
They were dishonest about the bonus. They were dishonest about VAT,
Okay.
because they said VAT, by lowering it, would stimulate the economy. Now they're saying they don't have money.
Right.
Third one, one of the criticisms I had, that I don't think they were ready for government. But I've said all those before.
Okay.
Nothing new there.
Just test.
Test.
See where the butter it up.
But it's early days, so they still have a chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I think
keeping an eye on you.
I think the former PM's comments are very revealing about how he looks at governance.
Yeah.
Everything was just a tool to remain in power.
It would.
And the reasons he wanted to remain in power, decide for yourself. But that was his whole mantra was about controlling, so he and his family could remain in power. You know, and when he tells you, boy, his family, I said this the other day, when he says his family are super talented, and you know, it was so weird. I missed his point, but somebody pointed out to him. He was saying signs of his brilliance, of his family's brilliance, was that his daughter, this is his words, got a government-sponsored scholarship.
His daughter
Got a government-sponsored,
and this was at the time he was in government.
and he said this with a straight face. No, he said this recently.
Oh, recently. Okay. She got
She got a scholarship from MIT or Harvard, or she got the government that he led for 25 years. I mean, you kind of have to decode the former PM. There needs to be some books written on him, because I think his view of the world is not what people think it is. And all this petty bourgeois talk and all this urban elites and all that kind of thing is all a distraction. Under his watch, according to the poverty report, constituencies like his own and the northern constituencies, the areas where he says he cared the most about,
The most impoverished.
the most impoverished, had the least spending. So sometimes you can't listen to the rhetoric. You have to actually watch the deeds.
watch the story unfold.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I think the longer he's in opposition, the more, it's almost like he can't help himself but tell you his playbook.
Hold on here. Morning.
Man, look, I agree with everything you say about the Prime Minister. Absolutely everything.
Former.
What's so powerful?
Former Prime Minister.
Former people.
On Star, he's the Prime Minister, but on everywhere else, he's the former Prime Minister.
So wait, they call him Prime Minister
Sorry.
on Star?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just feel Carl Obama, Mr. President, if I see him at work.
Well, that's an American. That's an American thing.
Yeah, thing. So, but what's so powerful in your decision and Stephen Joachim's decision that is frightening us is that NDP would actively give somebody who criticized them in the past a role on a board. Name somebody who actively criticized ULP that was on publicly, that is on any board. You remember when the man said he won't approach Ralph Gonsalves for better police condition where they do they send him down Mayo. So and this right we're in the middle of a paradigm shift in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that the government is embracing people who openly criticize them because criticism is what makes St. Vincent to move in the right direction. And Ralph is absolutely afraid of that, you know? Absolutely afraid of that. The kind of want St. Vincent to move forward, that's why I buy bigger boats to them and those. Big up by itself.
Yeah. Man said, yeah,
So what other questions you got?
Yeah, how to take?
Huh?
How much it
Let me ask you this.
What other questions you got?
This
Slap down on that one.
this might need maybe even more than just. I'll give you some time to think about it. Should the new MPs and cabinet ministers have received a bonus?
No.
Okay, when we come back.
They did?
Apparently.
Bonus for what?
The public servants? Cabinet.
Wait.
Give me
Such
some.
is the allegation.
So somebody like Fitz Bramble. who
Yeah,
just got
bonus.
in.
Let's see.
He got the bonus?
Bonus for what?
Public servants, no?
He would have got just for the period that he was.
Yeah, but how that work though? But you come on,
No, but that's what they said to those. Yeah, it was prorated. Yeah.
Frisco.